Hello, thanks for coming to the channel. Today I'm on the Mega Drive because I don't tend to do RPGs on this because the length of the video will be far too long, but this was the first RPG I ever played, the first RPG I ever beat, the first game I learned to grind, and that is Sword of Vermilion. I absolutely love this game, so I wanted to kind of finish the year on a game I absolutely adore. Now, I've been thinking about doing this one for a while, but I'm like, how on earth can I fit this into the length of, well, kind of almost like a video where I kind of just preview and have a go at the game. Well, I've beaten this game before, I know this game, and I know it's a long one. So what I've done is I've got a couple of save states because I'm playing this on the Switch, and I kind of just jump forward in time just so you can get a bit more of an overview of the game rather than have to sit there and watch it play through 10 hours of gameplay. So, without further ado, final video of the year tonight for your viewing enjoyment. Please sit back, relax and enjoy. This is Sword of Vermilion on the Sega Mega Drive. Now I must admit, it's not very often that I actually get to do a video on a game I absolutely love, but I haven't done a video on this because it's so long, and then obviously I kind of worked out that I could just do this in stages rather than just basically trying to do an entire playthrough in one video, because this is huge. This is, I mean, if you think about it, back in the day, this games like this didn't last that long. If you think about it, I mean, you would be able to naturally play a 16-bit game and complete it in what, maximum 2 hours. This is a good 10-hour job, this one. So I'm just going to basically just kind of just show you elements of it and just kind of skip forward because I can. So anyway, this is Sword of Vermilion, and let's get everyone kind of familiarised with what this is about. So obviously I'm going to pop my name in. Now normally I don't do RPGs as a RetroLOL video, but I'm just going to show you bits of this game because long ago King Sarkon of Cartagena unleashed the evil hordes upon the peaceful land of Excalibria. Though the people of Excalibria fought bravely, in the end they were overwhelmed. I mean, it's quite funny that you start a lot of games like this but never finish them. I definitely. As his castle collapsed around him, Eric V of Excalibria summoned Blade, his most trusted servant. Eric commanded Blade to escape with Eric's infant son in the Ring of Wisdom, a family heirloom. Blade slipped out a secret passage as the castle was engulfed in flames. It's like a Disney film. It starts off with absolute tragedy. Sarkon's a jerk, basically. He fled with the babe to a distant village and raised the child as his own. I wonder who the child's going to be. Sarkon vowed to devote all of Cartagena's power in searching for the prince. 18 years have passed since Sarkon began his search. So, yeah, 1819, basically. Well. And as we start off, here we go. So this is Wycliffe Village. And I don't know why I've got kind of green blob on my face. Everyone has been looking for you. Your father is nearing death's door. Hang on, I can make it go faster, can't I? There we go. So yeah, so you get to walk around the villages. You've got to talk to people because it's an RPG. I mean, they're kind of definitely coercing me to go to Blade's deathbed here, aren't they? So let's talk to this child. Everyone who's been looking for you, your father is nearing death. Alright, I'm going. Where's the house? So I suppose the kind of caveat I have with this is this was the first RPG I ever played. Now I've played a lot of RPGs since. Obviously I've played lots of Final Fantasy games. I mean, Pokemon I suppose technically is an RPG, but this is where it all began. This is where the game I learned to grind, because obviously running up and down, hitting the same thing over and over again gets you more XP, and if you do that, it's a lot easier. Like, hello Blade. Then at last you're here. I have much to tell you. I am not your real father. Well, you are the son of Eric of Excalibria, killed by Sarkon of Cartagena. As his castle burned, King Eric bade me take you and raise you as my son. I hid the Ring of Wisdom in a cave near the village. Only this ring, your sole inheritance, can save the world. The arms of Cartagena are moving to conquer. It is your destiny to rescue the world from Cartagena. I've saved some money for this moment. Arm yourself. The road is dangerous. I'm sorry I had to be silent till now. I always thought of you as my son. King Eric would have been proud of you as I am.
Go now and remember me. There is no answer. Blade has passed away. I mean, it's like every flipping Disney film that starts off with some abject tragedy, isn't it? When you're... Well, I suppose I've got to arm oneself. Because basically, I've been told I've got to go to a cave, and said cave, well, one has to be armed to go fight monsters. It seems weird that you've got to the age of 18 and you've never fought a monster yet, because they're like... So, I mean, it stands to reason that I should get a sword. And a shield. I'm just going to get a leather shield so I can spend the last 50 on some items as well, because I'm going to need a... Well, as you'll find out, when you go in a cave, you need candles, because it's very dark. When it's dark, everything sucks, because you can't see where you're going. And it's all about having the map. I don't need to go to the fortune teller. I mean, this village is quite affluent, I suppose. So the church is here. They're your save points, basically. This is an item shop, because obviously everyone buys potions here. I will say, the music in this game is brilliant. I absolutely love it. I find it very, very, very nostalgic. I'm going to grab 2 candles and some herbs in case I get beat up. Right. Okay, so we need to head towards the... Now, I'm pretty sure when you go somewhere you don't know, the place isn't really... What? So the village... What? Yeah, I need a map. Because as you see, when you go out into the overworld, it definitely puts like a little proximity ring around where you are. But where is the... There's a guy who gives you a map. It's one of these dudes, I think. There's a ring in a cave south. Here's a map. There we go. And it's always important to like just talk to everyone. Yeah, right. I know. I'm doing the commentary here. Right, we're just gonna... I mean, that was pretty quick. They actually kind of buried him like immediately. I think he was... Yeah. Anyway, let's get my weapons on the go. Now, I don't have any armour either, so I've just got to be a bit careful. But luckily, the enemies initially are pretty straightforward. So this is the overworld. And you've got to press forwards to move... Well, forwards. So we're going to use a candle. And as you can see, there I can't see much around me. And here we have a skeleton. So we just walk up and wallop it with a sword. I mean, and this is kind of what the combat's like. It's very good. It's ahead of its time, really, because I don't know kind of many games. Always got to find your map. But the annoying thing is you go open, then you got to go to take. Here we go. And here's a blob of blue tack. Yeah. Fortunately, at this very early stage, they're relatively easy to dispatch. Which is nice. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there. Let's open this this portcullis, and we fight more. We have more blobs to take care of. Ooh. As you can see, you can attack diagonally as well, and that's kind of... I mean, if they just touch you, you take damage. Now, I've got no armour on, so I've got to be a little bit careful. Is there anything down here? Yes, there is. Always. Now, there's a lot of dead ends I do find in the kind of the caves and there. Oh, got another candle. Just back it up. So I'll see. You've got your map on the right hand side, and you kind of what you see ahead of you on the left hand side. And Oh boy. Oh shite. That's what you don't want to happen, is get surrounded. Because then it gets hella tricky. Oh shite. Shite! I'm nearly dead. So if I was clever there, I would have walked off, but no. When you die, you get resurrected in a church. He says, our world needs you, but half your money goes to the poor. I mean, I didn't really have a lot of money, so I guess you gotta heal me for free, you fool. But yeah. Now, normally I don't actually die here. I don't understand why I suck so bad. How much money have I got? Not enough to get any armour. Now, if I was clever, I kind of probably should have run away there. So you can actually run away from the battles. You don't have to engage in every single battle. So that was possibly a bit foolhardy. I should have probably... So if we go to this one here, level up at 90. Okay, so when I get 90 XP, I'll level up. I probably should have done that before taking on the cave, but I didn't, did I? Actually, I'm pretty sure there's money up here. Right, I'm just going to quickly go up here. We've got some wolfmen, kobold things. You see what I mean when they kind of attack on diagonal? It's the old classic Streets of Rage, they can hit you but you can't hit them crap. I'm close to leveling up, but I'm pretty sure... Yeah, there's a chest here. There's money inside. How much money? 50. I don't think that's enough for any armour. Armour's like 200, isn't it? I mean, you can sit there just fighting enemies to get... Shit. And this is what I mean about getting surrounded. Now, you can sit there, and when you do kind of hit the enemies, they do kind of back off. So that's kind of not a horrendous tactic. What you don't want to do is get attacked from multiple sides. And if you bump into them as you're chasing them, you take damage, which is BS. But I've leveled up here, and the beautiful thing is, you actually get all your health back when you level up. And, well, you get magic points, but I mean, at this stage of the game, you don't really get much magic points. You don't even get books of spells, which you can... Shite. But I should be doing more damage now, because I've doubled my level, if you think about it. I could just stand here just mashing the sword. You are... But like I said, I really like the combat in this game. I mean, other games which kind of were around at the time, you know, was there many games that kind of had that? I mean, when people talk about old RPGs in this era, everyone just talks about Zelda. I've never played a Zelda. This is where I cut my teeth. Now, as a child, I used to literally just walk up and down the same roads over and over again, just hitting enemies just to level up. And it was, I mean, what's level up? 320. If you wander off into the wilderness, there's an old man here. Hello. I waited a long time for you, Prince Sin. Here is the Ring of Wisdom, which I received from Blade. It is rightfully yours. Please accept it. Thank you. By the way, mate, did you know there was a skeleton right in front of you? Right. Bastard skeletons. I'll frickin' have you. Spinal from Killer Instinct. Come on in. Yeah. Took a bit of a beating there, but I'll be okay. Bear in mind, I still have no armour, but I do have enough money to get some armour now. I just walked straight into that blob. What an idiot. Sometimes it literally spawns you on top of an enemy, so you take like instant damage. And I was playing this earlier, and I ended up having an enemy which, if it hurts you, it poisons you. But there's no way to avoid it, which I always think is just, it's ridiculous. I hate free hits in games. It really irritates me. Swaffham. What is it? There's Malaga. Keltwick. Was it Celtic pronounced? Oh, I'm just sure. Anyway, let's get the leather armour. Fine. And now, probably, I won't take as much of a beating, because we've got the armour. And this is where your journey literally begins, and you kind of go on the way to Parma is the first town, and each town has a king. But you go and you're in, and you get your health back. Doesn't automatically save the game though, and this is the thing that absolutely I used to forget, is that going to an inn doesn't necessarily mean that you save the game. Quite the opposite, in fact. You've got to go to a church to do that. Churches also get rid of curses. Still never quite worked out what that meant. And so, as you saw, there's now we can take the path which is now to the left. Oh, blimey. That's a terrible joke, I'm very sorry. There we go. And I've leveled up to level 3. I mean, like I said, this is the start of the game. This is the first major city. I was just going to show you what the cities are like here. So we've got big cathedrals, big houses, and we've got armed soldiers here. Got a nice eatery, a magic shop, because I've got the little Alex Kidd cane there, another weapon shop, and an inn. But every major city has royalty. And this is where you kind of come and kind of speak to the kings and stuff. You need to combat the hordes of Cartagena. You're not powerful enough to stand a chance at that. Nonetheless, I propose a test. The cave of Troy is outside of town. Return to me with the treasure of Troy, and I'll give you my ring. Of course, the cave does have its guardians. So we've got to go to the cave of Troy. Now, there's lots of kind of big bosses which are in this game, and the combat completely changes, and that absolutely threw me, and it gets your heart pumping. It really gets you quite nervous because it is so different. What I'm going to mean is I'm going to load up one of my save states, and I'm just going to quickly show you, just a couple of boss fights. The king eats much more than he used to. Where does he put it on? Let's go annoy him. What is this? You again. I see that I need a more permanent solution to your problem. I'm afraid you'll find I become rather beastly when I'm bothered. And this is the kind of the boss mode. Ow, ow. Oh. You don't have like a dash back. Oop. And then I just chop his head off. Because why not? Because the king was in fact some horrible oozy bogey dragon. Yeah, how did you not notice that he was a big bogey dragon, huh? How could I not have known? Because you daft beggar. Anyway, so the king was an imposter. Yeah, well, what do you think? I mean, this is kind of a bit of obviously a spoiler if you do want to play through these games. I had no idea the king was a monster. So, because beforehand these soldiers bar your path and they don't let you through, whereas now obviously you chop the bogey dragon's head off and you can go in the dungeon. Because I wonder who's in the dungeon. Oh look, it's the actual king, because nobody fed him. Did no one pass any food and go, that's king, innit? We'll make a splendid command of the town, militia. Would you care to settle down here? No! You must go to Watling. You can get a good deal of information there for your service. I hereby bring you the Ring of Sky. Go forth in your quest, brave warrior. And that's basically what the game is. You've got to go around collecting rings to take on Sarkon. So there's a Ring of Sky. I think that's the, second, third ring you get? But yeah, no, the bosses in this are really good. So let's kind of skip forward and take another guy who's here in a cave. Greetings, weakling. I'm the one who stole the youth from the villagers. So the village of Watling, where we had to go to next, was full of old people. That sounds ageist, but this thing stole their youth, a bit like Vulture and Spider-Man. Now I'll drain your youth as well. And as you can see, we have some weird Raiden Cyclops. Oh yeah? Come on in. We back off. Oh shit. I thought I was a lot closer than that. There we go. And I just chopped him up. Although I took an absolute beating there, do I? And you probably notice as well, you can't use magic in... You can't use magic in a boss battle. Which is interesting though, because you do get some really, really good spells in it, but when you come to the boss battles, you can't use any of it. It's just like null and void. But like I said, while we're here, you get to see some of the other enemies that you face in it, and this is I think this is called a mole or something. What is really cool is the actual box itself has like all the enemies. This is one of the beautiful things. I say it's a complete in box, but I had this when I was a kid and I've looked after it. There was a strategy guide that came with it, but I can't find that. But yeah, these it is really, really, really detailed. I mean, this is the thing that people don't get, is when you get the instruction manuals with games. So, oh, this is really, really good because it obviously just shows you where things are. That was, yeah, that was a mould. There's a creeping oozer. I mean, I don't know how well you can see that because of the thing, but yeah, they've actually detailed every single one of the enemies that you can face in this game, which I think is so cool. To have such a big, to have a lore book to go with the game is wicked. But when I got this one, because I remember it literally came with a much thicker book, the same size as the cartridge box. And that was your strategy guide. You didn't have the internet back in 1990. You know, lots of people, I guess, to a degree, would take that for granted, that if you got stuck in a game, what do you do? Oh yeah, so I've got a magic. I can send a little fireball out around me, which is pretty cool. Come on in. Bosh. Although you should really save your MP for your healing. I don't tend to use offensive magic that often. But look, these skeletons are pretty much one hit kill anyway, so I should just doff them up, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And of course, you can't have horrible monsters without some horrendously massive eyeball, which they do so much damage, these things. You just really don't want to give them a chance to hit you. They're easy to kill. You pop them, basically. But you don't want to get hit by them. But like I said, I love the enemies in this. I love the design of it. It's so... I mean, back in these days, you know, I'll be playing stuff like Hero Quest. I mean, what a ball game Hero Quest was. Hero Quest is still cool. I don't care what anyone says, it's still cool. But enemies, as they kind of ramp up, they change colour. So as you can remember, the little blue blobs you had at the beginning, they're now white. And they become, there's black ones which are even tougher and they get faster and do more damage. And there's just, there's like, what, 12, 14 different classes of different enemies that could spawn. I mean, that's the thing I like about this. It's random. It is literally random. I mean, it's like, well, it's like Pokemon. You know, you can literally, I don't think you can get like the equivalent of a repel, but it's like I said, there's different environments. I mean, look, there's a red blob here as well. I mean, there are more than just blobs here. This is what I'm kind of wondering about, because I want to show you like some of the enemies that you have in this game. I mean, we have some fireball wielding mage. Ooh, look at him, video. Yeah, I saw your tricks. I see straight through your tricks, mate. Scorpion. I hate scorpions in this, because if they hit you, they poison you. And then you've got to get poison bomb or go to a church, and it's exactly like Pokemon. If you're poisoned, every time you move, you lose health. And to be honest, they're just not worth fighting. But is it like here's an upgraded version of the kobold? Oh, little shit. I mean, one thing I try and do is I'll try and pin them towards the top, but when they attack you diagonally, that's where you just kind of just don't have the defense to repel them. But again, what level am I here? I'm like level 9. You know, I'm probably a little bit over leveled, which is exactly where I want to be in a game. But anyway, you didn't see it before. These people were old. Now they're not. Was it all just a horrible nightmare? Have you become younger as well? And then there's an old guy here and he says, why are you so surprised? I was an old man before, so I'm still old. But yeah, I mean, let's just jump forward a bit more because I've done a couple of saves where some bosses are, so we're just going to jump forward. This part of the storyline is this little girl who's stolen the OP Book of Spells, which I've been running around absolutely just mullering everything with, and you've been accused of being a thief, so you've got to confront her. Please believe me, and you go, yes, thank you. What sort of mug do you think I am? But it's true, I didn't steal it, I just borrowed it for a moment. Ha 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 ha! Because I'm actually some horrible two-headed fire demon! Oh. So I've taken his hand off. And that did the high fireball, which was the problem one. And then I'll just take them out. If you look at that and think, oh my god, these bosses are easy, I am massively over leveled because I just can't be dealing with. I'm so sorry. I make a living for selling things that I steal. I'm so grateful that you've shown me the error of my ways. I'll go to Stowe and show them how much I regret my past mistakes. So we're just going to take flight Arturo because the gnome stone will get you straight out of a cave, and a griffin wing will take you straight back to the last place you were. So the people of Stowe accused you of being a thief and expelled you from the city and said you have no proof that you stole the thing. Well, this is called instant regret because this guy is absolutely now flat out. Basically, as you can see, that little girl, well, it's not a little girl, it's a monster, two-headed skull monster, flying flame skull monster attacked, and now everyone's absolutely doffed up. And the king who kicked you out of his kingdom, who called you a dirty old thief, is going to be a little bit more remorseful now. I mean, that's kind of a trope in most RPGs that you always... I want to appear to be a little girl. We suspect nothing till it attacked. It took your rings to Asti's cave. I'm sorry I doubted you. Worry about us later. Get those rings back before they're brought to Sarkon. The tavern keeper has a map to Asti's cave. Asti, which is a sweet, sparkling wine. But each of the different houses you go into, the different places, I honestly love the music of this game. This game, for me, this is a very, very, very nostalgic game for me. This is just... It's 100% one of those games that... I said it was the first RPG I ever played. You know, the first game which I really learned to kind of grind in. I mean, if you see me play Pokemon, I take it to the nth degree now, but... So I'm level 16 here. Big dirty mold. I mean, they don't have to throw a lot of enemies at you in this game. But I'm just trying to get to the last village so we can kind of call an end to this particular video. They're not going to let me do this. Every 2 steps is a flipping enemy. Dear oh dear. Yes, I am running away from lots of things because you just can't go anywhere. This game does... This does not want me to end this video, does it? Been in that cave. Oh no, the bloody scorpion things. Yeah. Try my patience now, game. Oh my goodness, look at this. Who built this road? Before I got attacked by a gold dog in pink armor. This is not letting up, this game, is it? Oh, you look, if you're going to be silly, I'm not going to fight you. Go away. Enemies in every turn. one. Okay. Get out of here. You loser. I mean, it literally spawned me in and I was taking damage there. I mean, come on, game. I mean, you're never short of things to fight in this game, also. Right, here's the next village, which we're supposed to get to. But they're not going to let me do that because I'm going to get accosted on the road. Fortunately, I've got quite good armour and quite good toughness, so that isn't as damaging as it probably would be when you naturally get to the part of the game. Ooh, so we've got a red one now. That's cool. It looks like Cheetos, doesn't it? Wait. These are quick, though. There's also multiple forms of them. These ones just move around. You've got ones that have the fires go around them. You've got some that teleport, which is very irritating. But here we are. Here we are in the next village. I can't remember what this one's called. This is Keltwick. But they still don't have a new king. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be going to the city of Malaga after this, but this is the town of Keltwick at the moment. Rather than being gone for several days. So yeah, so there's obviously the clues to the next thing. But guys, I'm going to leave this here and say, well, first things first, as much as I love it, I'm not going to compete with the music. Say that is Sword of Vermilion. Sure, I'm not going to show you the whole game for it because it is absolutely massive, but you kind of get the gist of it. And I absolutely love this game. This was the first RPG I ever got into. And it's always going to have a special place in my heart. So that's kind of what I like. You know, my last video of the year is actually a game that means actually quite a lot to me. Because it was the first RPG that I ever played and the first RPG I ever beat. So guys, I'm going to leave here and say if you have come this far, thank you very much for choosing to spend your time with me. If you like this video, please drop a little like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. So that's Sword of Vermilion. I don't tend to normally do RPGs on kind of for retro games. But there we go, I thought I'd give it a go because this game means so much to me and I absolutely love this game. And you know, to actually kind of get to the point that I could actually just show you larger aspects of it without just starting it from the beginning and just getting bored with it by the first village or something like that, I kind of just jumped through a bit of the game so you could see what it was like. But guys, thanks again for, well, this is my last video of the year. If you've kind of been watching my channel, that is much appreciated. And I hope you guys have had a fantastic 2024 and the best of luck for everything in your endeavours in 2025. Until then, thanks again for watching. Stay safe, Happy New Year, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.